K-pop-up, but today we're actually going to do a K-pop-up. Okay, so it's going to be really fun. K-pop-ups are my favorite part of this entire business. I've done probably several hundred, but what's important is you have to keep it simple because I can't be everywhere. So whenever you're doing one, you want whoever you're helping to pay attention, even though you're going to do the first one for them. Pay attention as if they have to do it by themselves immediately after you do it, right? Because you can't always be there to help every single new planner as the organization grows. So always, you want to show them how to do it, keep it simple, and then let them know that eventually they're going to have to do it on their own. Okay, so the simpler the better because that's what holds you looking. So tomorrow I'll go into much more detail, but today I'm going to do kind of a really simple pop-up so that you guys can start doing these on your own, okay? Okay, so we're going to start as if you guys are all my guests. How lucky am I, right? We would call this a super K-pop-up. So don't worry if my advice to you, this is the best advice I'm going to give you today, is don't wait for a perfect K-pop-up. You guys have to just start now. Start messy, you learn as you go. If you wait, you're missing out on the opportunity. So procrastination is what kills, perfection is what kills progress, okay? So you just want to start. And a pop-up, if it's even 2 of your girlfriends around your kitchen table, hey, that's a pop-up. Okay, and that's how you get started. And then when they're interested, you ask them, hey, who do you know that may, be looking for an opportunity? Or how many ugly friends do you have? I always ask that question. It's like you just never know, and then from there you promote from event to event. So what I like to do at pop-ups is even though I may not have one scheduled the weekend after, if you see a super excited crowd, I always say, hey guys, we're going to do this again next week. And then everyone's like, yay! Okay? So one important thing is you always have to stay excited. And really, K-pop-ups are my favorite part of running my business. And recently my sister pointed out, gosh, I've seen you now present, a few hundred times, but you're always the most excited one up there, right? But I think that is what really keeps, the motivation, keeps everyone going and engaged. So always want to stay excited. Remember, your guests, you know more than your guests. Okay? Even if you just started yesterday, you know more than them. So just, have fun. I think that's the most important thing. And don't keep it too long. Mine used to last 4 hours. So don't do that. Alright, so we'll get started. Okay? I'm gonna act like you all just walked in, okay? Well, welcome everyone. So my name is Karen King and I'm the Senior Director at Iman. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself before we get into, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about Iman, the products, and then we're actually going to be able to, everyone will be able to try the products. Of course, today we're going to have 2 people up here to demo, but normally, then everyone will be able to try the products, and then I will help you all order the products as well. Okay? So let's get started. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm actually a full-time investment banker, and I have 2 full-time jobs. I'm a partner in an investment bank, and I'm a COO of another investment bank, but I absolutely love Iman. And my story is a little bit unique because nobody recruited me. I kind of recruited myself because how my story started was somebody from Korea had gifted my mom the products. And my mom offered it to me, and I said, no, I don't really want to use it. I was using SK2, if you guys use it. It smells like fish. But I wanted to finish it because it was really expensive, right? And so I was like, that's okay, Mom. My mom wasn't using it. Weeks passed, and one morning, I came downstairs for breakfast, and I looked at my mom's face, and I said, Mom, you got Botox. And she said, no. I said, yeah, you did. And she said, no, I'm using those Korean products. I said, no way. When did you start? 3 days ago. That's what blew my mind. I stopped eating my breakfast. I opened up a few boxes, and I used the booster serum, and this radiance toner, which will become available here. I used those 3 products. I used very little because I wasn't sure what was in them. And the next morning I woke up and I looked at her and I said, Mom, what is this? And she goes, I don't know. I said, I'm going to keep this. She goes, go ahead, keep using it. Here's the crazy part. Using it that week, the following Saturday was my girlfriend's birthday. She's now also a director at Iman. And she looks at me and she goes, you did something wrong. And I said, oh my gosh, I have the same reaction to my mom. She goes, no, you look different. So I don't know how ugly I look. she said, oh, do you want to sell it? I said, yeah, how can I get more of it? Oh, well, we're launching in America in 2 weeks. Oh, what? Okay, how do I get started? I've never sold a thing in my life. I've never done direct sales, but I didn't even overthink it because my mom looked amazing, right? And I said, how do I get started? She goes, it's $20, here's the link. I signed up, now what? We'll sell it. She's like this older lady in Korea, okay? So I said, okay, all right. So I started calling all my friends and I just said, hey, you have to try this, you have to try this. My mom was actually on Botox. And there was no starter kit like you all have here right now. So we were buying one thing at a time. I had one friend buy this, one friend buy that. I said, you report back to me. If that's good, I'm going to buy it. If you report, and that's how this whole thing got started. And then just 2 weeks later, there was the launch in Las Vegas. That's when we flew over there. My friend Dora and I, we flew over, we walked in, and we saw Mr. Danny Bain and Ms. Betty Perez, the general manager and chairman on stage. And as soon as we walked in, I saw them on stage, and I kind of, to be honest, expected to be a little bit annoyed, right? You know, I've never been to a function like that before. But I walked in and I just looked around the room, saw 1,500, 2,000 glowing faces from Korea, blown away. I was listening to the chairman speak, and I thought, wow, I'm doing this. I mean, that literally, I didn't even hesitate, okay, at that moment. And it was getting into a place like this, getting into big rooms, coming to events. There is something, even just a pop-up like this, this is where your friends will really feel you can leverage each other's stories, and that's where they're going to feel the magic that it won't be, it's difficult to duplicate when you're just doing it on your own, okay? So it's good to do these kinds of pop-ups, and you'll have good synergy together, okay? So that's when we got started, and we quickly grew the team, and we had 9 directors, over 16,000 distributors, and 37,000 customers. And for me, even though I'm an investment banker and I'm successful, what I realized was, hey, look, if I quit my job, I'm not good. If I don't show up to my job, I'm not going to keep getting paid, right? This is true residual income. Before, I had to always save up $200,000, $300,000, put it down on a house, and that's how I thought I was building residual income. But now, when I came upon this remodel opportunity, it was something I couldn't pass up. I said, this is something that I can do with all my friends. There's no barrier to entry. I don't even say low, because guess how much it costs to sign up? $2,000. Just kidding. $20, right? It's just $20. So the way that I live is, hey, you miss 100% of the chances you never take. So for $20, come on, let's give this a try, right? So I'm sure all of you, do you guys use Kate Beauty skincare? Yeah? Okay. So I think I've never imagined that I would walk into Sephora growing up as a little kid in the United States and there would be an entire section of Korean skincare. But that's how popular Korean skincare has become. But I think the question that people always ask themselves is, which one, right? You look at all these brands and you're not sure which products are good. And so I'm going to tell you what sets Remon apart. Okay, so there are a lot of really good skincare brands out there, but the reason why I knew right away that Remon was going to explode and why I was able to share with my friends so confidently were the facts on this slide right here. Okay, so the first time I hopped on the company Zoom, Mr. Danby was presenting, and this right here, being an investment banker, these numbers made sense. The way, there are a couple different factors. So I meet with CEOs, on a regular basis. They come pitch me their deals, and I have to decide, okay, are we going to invest our clients' money into this deal? For me, if Remon was a publicly traded company, we'd go all in. I needed to let Chairman On know, hey, if you're going to take this public, come to me first. So this company was founded in 2018, and within their first 3 years of being in business, they did $2.5 billion in sales. I have yet to meet a CEO that has presented to me those kinds of numbers. Selling skincare where the average price of one product is about, $40? And this is incredible. And there are about 50 million people living there, and we've sold over 40 million bottles. Right here, I was like, okay, game over. This is it. If you can become number one in Korea, you're going to become number one around the world. And the most important thing is timing. So do you guys trade stocks? You trade stocks. So what's the most important thing? Timing, right? If I'm buying stocks and I tell you, oh, I want this at $1, and where is it at now? Oh, $2.50. What do you do? Like, thanks for telling me, right? well, the way that I see this, Remon right now is like a $2 stock. I think it's going to 100. So it's up to you. You can invest with me now at $2. You can wait a little bit, kind of see how it goes and invest when it's at 10. Maybe you're going to wait a little bit longer and invest when it's at 50. You're still going to win. It's still 2x, right? But why not jump in right now at $2? That's how I see, and that's how I see where Remon is going. Okay, because in my mind, knowing what I know about Remon, this thing is we're on a bullet train that's going to take over the world. There is no other company that has innovated. Just the way that the products are made, which I'm going to get into. I've never seen a company fight like this. But to do $2.5 billion in 2.5 years, in 3 years, is pretty incredible. Most startups, they fail within the first 3 years of being in business. And on top of it, they are going into 50 countries. Isn't that crazy? There is a 50-country runway already planned out. And right now, we're only in 9 countries, and the UK is the 10th country. In 6 more months, we're going to be in 8 more countries. So wouldn't you rather start now than wait? And the next time you hear about it, we're already in 35 countries. I would totally regret not giving this a try. Okay? But no pressure. There is absolutely no pressure. If you just want to be a customer, we love our customers, just sign up, just try the product, okay? But if you do want to do it as a business, if you've been looking for something to do on the side, or maybe you're looking to even change and want to change careers, then this is the opportunity, all right? And I'm going to go into that in just a little bit. But right now, we're also in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore. We just launched in Mexico and the Philippines. And you know what's so cool about this company? There are some other drug selling companies where you have to hit a rank if you want to recruit even outside your state or outside your country. With Remon, hey, if you sign up, you can go recruit somebody in Mexico. And that person in Mexico can sign somebody up in Malaysia. That person can sign somebody up in Korea. I mean, we're all under one server. So there's everything you kind of, in your mind, maybe think negatively about the industry, okay, about direct selling or, network marketing, everyone uses different terms, just everything that you could possibly hate about the industry, for right now, I would just completely remove it, okay? Because even for me, this isn't something that I wanted to do or ever thought about doing, but once I really learned about the company, I realized, hey, it's very intentional how this company was set up, okay? It's really, the chairman is on a mission just to really, disrupt the health and beauty care industry by making a very good product available to everyone. So everything that you might think that's negative about the industry, it's not a part of Remon. You're not going to be forced to hold inventory. You get your own website, and they don't nickel and dime you where you have to pay for it every single month, right? You hit certain rates, which all people go soon, and you can't even get promoted. You can go on vacation for 6 months and come back and buy a product, and you're going to still be a senior manager. I mean, it's amazing. No matter, I like to study and research everything, I can't find one thing that I dislike about this company, okay? So it's exciting, and I'm super glad that you guys are all here. So I'm going to tell you really quickly what's different about these products, and it's just these 3 pillars right here. And it's the ingredients. We have a hero ingredient that we call Centella. It's a plant that heals your skin. And the Centella in its natural form is about the size of a quarter, and we have a smart farm where we grow it ourselves. There are a lot of companies now who are using this plant, but let me tell you, it's not the same. Ours is fresh. We grow it, and we extract the leaf extract, and we put it into production right away. Everything is vertically integrated. Those other companies who are trying to copy Remon, they're getting it in dry powdered form from places like Indonesia and Madagascar. It's absolutely not the same. It loses its efficacy once you dry it out, right? This plant has hydration and healing properties, and it helps with, if you guys don't use this, if you like your wrinkles, don't use this. Okay? If your skin is saggy, don't use it, okay? Because it's gonna totally make that go away. So if you like it, don't use it today, okay? But if you hate your wrinkles and your spots and your soggy, saggy jowls, that's what I hated the most, right? Saggy jowls and hyperpigmentation, you're gonna have to try this product. And the way that the product works is, or why it's so special, is that we use with the smart farm. When you have a farm, what do you have to do? You water it, right? We water ours with lava water. It's packed with minerals, and what ended up happening is this little plant grew to the size of my palm, like 5 to 6 times bigger than its normal size. And when this happened, they introduced a new plant into the world. It's now called the giant centella, and the Korean government gave Remon a 20-year exclusive. So nobody can do what we're doing. That's like no competition, right? The other Korean companies have nothing on us. But you know what's even crazier? If you weren't already blown away by this, the USDA just granted Remon a 20-year exclusive.
That's right.
Okay, now it's like, I'm going to say it, you'd be a fool not to join us right now, right? I mean, that's crazy, okay? It's insane. We have the most incredible skincare story in the world. And then we also use this process called liposomal technology, where the products start to work right away because it penetrates your skin barrier. And that's why, if you've never used our products before, get your phones out, you're gonna have to take a selfie. Take like close-ups, your pores, your wrinkles, your spots, your double chin, everything that you hate, you want to take a photo. Because it is going to be the last ugly photo you ever take of yourself. Okay, so help your neighbor, zoom in on everything, okay? Even side profiles, because the way the products work, it lifts and tightens your skin. Like, goodbye, double chin, goodbye, wrinkles. It's going to be crazy, okay? So, it's really going to happen. So just take your photo, and just give that. And, there's just a lot of things about this company that are pretty amazing. Everything is, we have a campus on Jeju Island. We even have a village or resort that when you, in the UK, there's a special promotion. If you rank up to team leader, which I'll be going over shortly, you get to win an all-expense paid trip to Jeju Island. Okay, this is a resort. You can see the smart farm. I'll be going there next week. That will be my 3rd trip. Just like you guys, when Remon launched, I qualified, and I was a part of the first group to ever go to Remon Village. If you go to Remon Village, do you have a slide? See that swimming pool? If you swim from one end to the other, you come out wrinkle free. I mean, it happens to me. So this is the skincare line that's right here. We're gonna be able to test it out. You guys are all gonna be able to try it on your face. So when we go through the products, I'll be talking about what the functions are of everything. But we have so this is we're going to be able to try all the products. And here are some of the before and afters. So normally, this is a huge part of your presentation. If you don't know a lot of this, you just want to have some before and afters and borrow from your team members and borrow from your uplines. That's what's going to show them because they don't know what to expect. Okay, so you always want to have some good before and afters in your presentation. Okay, so these are some of our team members. One was amazing. She's a mom of 4, and our little hyperpigmentation, the wrinkles, it's good for acne. And these pictures are incredible. So don't forget to take your before and afters, guys. Okay. Now we also have some other. Remon has a Bodalab line, which is the hair and body line, and you can come. We're going to be able to pass it around. You guys can smell it. If you guys have any kids or if you have eczema or dry skin, you want to use our body cream. This is really good. It's all vegan line. Bodalab is an all vegan line, and it's good for crepey skin as you get older. Your skin, the texture starts to change. You want to use that. And then Bodalab, our shampoo is. If you have dry scalp, does anybody have dandruff in here? Well, don't raise your hand. I mean, if you want your dandruff, don't use the shampoo. But if you want to say goodbye to the dandruff, when you start to use our shampoo after 1 use, try it. I challenge you, okay? Because your scalp is just skin too, right? So it's formulated to help heal your scalp as well. Like for me, so I always show a before and after of my scalp, of my hair, because I didn't have hair right here. Huge bald spots, and I like to tie my hair in a ponytail. But when I turned 65, I lost a lot of hair. And you don't believe me? Okay. Take pictures. Because when I turn 65, I'm gonna look the same. go back. But the photo that I share, I literally am missing bald like hair right here, and my entire hairline is back. So for me, it's very personal. I absolutely love this line. I don't think I had so many wrinkles, but for me, I've seen so many benefits from using this line. And in the beginning, to be honest, I started this because I thought it was an easy way for all my friends to make a lot of money. But what I didn't realize was that this was also a way to, what I didn't see was the community and the confidence that it was bringing back for everyone. And I realized that that's the most rewarding part. So if you just want to be a customer, absolutely just try the products. You're going to love them. But if you do want to be a distributor, I'm just going to go over really quickly. It's for the right now it's free in the UK until November 30th. So you want to, even if you're not sure, hey, just lock yourself in right now at the top. Right? We're just getting started. Don't you want to just create an account, just lock yourself in. If you want to go home and think about it, let's just create your account for you today. And then when you're ready, we'll help you order the products. Okay? But for anybody who's ready to hit the ground running today, just know whatever you purchase as a planner, you're going to start running a rebate back. And then if you want to start, we have 3 affiliate levels. You can start at 10, 20, or 30%, which are the planner, manager, and senior manager. If you want to start as a manager, you simply have to purchase about $3,300 US of products yourself. If you want to start at the 30% and 60% range, you have to purchase about $6,600, or you can just start as a planner and start, working your way up organically. But I always mention it because sometimes there are business owners here, like if you own a hair salon, sometimes they just want to start stocking the shampoo and start selling it. Or if you have an esthetician, they want to start and they want to start stocking the products. And sometimes it's just people who are entrepreneurial. They know, okay, I already know 30 ugly people who are going to want to use this, so I'm going to start at the senior manager range. So just so you guys know, because there's always somebody who comes back and says, you never told me I could start at the senior manager, right? So FYI, you can do planner, manager, and senior manager, but if you want to get a team leader, and this is where the big bucks are, and if you're like me and you want to build a team, then we're going to help you strategize and get to team leader. And by doing that, you have to sell about $55,000 of products over a 5-month period. Trust me, it's not going to take that long. And you start to build a team, and then you'll start to earn about 40 to 50% in commissions back in from all your retailers as well. So it's a really simple compensation plan. But what I like about Remon is that there was already a way to make a lot of income, but they keep adding. So in June of this year, they even enhanced it even more. So it may seem, I don't know what happened, like the compensation is confusing, but don't worry. We're going to go over it with you in more detail. Okay, we're going to go over it with you in more detail. But just know that with Remon, if you just like a lot of customers, you're going to get rewarded. If you want to be a builder, you're going to get rewarded. There's something in this for everyone, depending on what type of business model you want to do. We're going to meet you where you're at. If you're a business owner, I'm going to help you strategize. If you just want to sell on TikTok Shop, or I don't know what's popular in the UK, we're going to help you create that type of business model, okay? Because there's something here for everyone. So just rest assured. Now, what I'm going to do, so we're going to break up, and we're gonna, whoever invited you, we're gonna set up our stations. They have everything set up for you. Just remember, take a good photo, okay? Now, while we're doing the facials, what I want you to think about is, again, you can do customer and planner, but how many of you even know about 3 ugly people? Okay, then maybe you're gonna want to do planner, okay? Just think of it that way, and trust me, this was the last ugly day of your life. So take good photos, and let's get started. Okay, now we all walk over to our little tables, and then the kids are usually all set up and nice, right? And then we remind everybody, take out your phones and take a selfie. And then through the process, we say, take selfies. Tag me. You're getting a Korean last skin facial, right? And make it really fun for them. But we also want them to keep that phone out. Okay, because you're going to help them order later, right? And they just, maybe you fed them, maybe you didn't, doesn't matter, that's not important. But after having a good time, you want to, it's okay to ask for the sale. Okay, it's okay to say, hey, let me help you order. One thing that I always train to never say is, hey, what did you think? Right? We don't ask that question. We just say, okay, are you ready? I'm going to help you order. Or whoever wants to be a customer, we're going to help you order here. If you guys want to be a planner, we actually have a few laptops over here. Now, it depends on how big the group is. If it's just you with 5 girlfriends, make it super casual. It's, it's really simple. But what you want to do is convert, right? You want to make sure everybody at least signs up. At least everybody places an order, and so you just want to tell them, look, just give it a shot. I don't know what the return policy is. I'm not sure. But you could say, hey, try it risk-free. What I did in the beginning, I said, if you don't like it, I'm going to buy it back from you. Okay? And guess what? Nobody asked me. I've had no personal returns in 2.5 years. And I said to everybody, if you don't like it, I will pick it up and buy it back. Okay? But nobody has ever called me to pick it up and buy it back. So share confidently. I know if you're brand new, you still don't know. And I'm so glad you guys are here and you come back tomorrow because this is where you're going to be able to build your confidence. Okay? And be able to share with confidence. Now, we're going to do the demo part. So we can have our 2 senior directors, Hannah and Suki, come up here and they're going to demonstrate what we would do at a pop-up with their models. So can we give them a round of applause? Okay, so what we do now is we tell them, okay guys, did you guys take your selfie? Did you take a photo, take a photo? And it's funny, they all start to take pictures of each other, and sometimes people have ring lights and stuff, okay? And they really do a selfie. Now, you can do this 2 ways. Sometimes you can do half the face if you want. Because it is noticeable if you want to do half the face. We'll do the whole face, okay? So this is what we do. Alright guys, we're going to start the facial portion. We're going to start doing the facial. So even if you have makeup on, hi Catherine, hi Sarah. Okay. Alright, so even if you're wearing makeup, don't worry. Our cleanser takes off even waterproof mascara. So I wear about 5 coats of waterproof mascara and it comes right off. So I put on makeup remover all the time. So what we're going to do first is big double cleanse, okay? So I didn't even use oil cleanser in the beginning because I thought it was going to break me out, but it's actually the opposite. Did you know that oil attracts oil? So oil actually pulls the sebum from your pores. Now our oil cleanser, remember everything is chemical free here. Our oil cleanser you actually use on your dry face. So take a couple pumps. I want you guys. So they're going to demo it, but usually we pass it around. Okay? If there are like 5 ladies, you'll do it, but you can do it yourself if you want, but you can pass it around. But I'm going to just say what I say. Let's imagine there are 10 people. So I'm like, okay, so you put it on your dry face and you rub, rub, rub. Use the back of your palm. Rub gently. You don't have to go hard. Even if you're wearing, don't too hard. You don't have to. Even if you're wearing makeup, don't worry. This takes off even, sunscreen, foundation, all of that is going to come right off. You just want to rub, rub, rub. Then you dip your hands in a little bit of water. So we normally have like a spray bottle. You dip your hands in water and then it emulsifies and it turns milky white. And then you rub, rub, rub a little bit more. Once a week, I do this for a few minutes longer and it literally just changes the texture of your skin. Now our oil cleanser actually helps strengthen your skin barrier, okay? So you really want to take an extra minute because people usually don't cleanse long enough. And that's the problem. And a lot of American cleansers, what you'll notice, the first thing you're going to notice, ladies, is that your skin is going to be super smooth and glowy, all right? Because our cleansers help to take off the dead skin cells. So you really want to take the extra minute and rub, rub, rub. Rub, 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 let it emulsify. If you need more, I usually take off my mascara. And then if you're at home, you would just use the sink, wash it off. But because we're all here at the pop-up and we have 50 of you, let's just wipe it off with the towel. We're just going to wipe it off with a towel, and then we're going to do the second cleanse. So we have another cleanser, which is called the active, the cleansing powder wash. And we're going to teach you a little trick. So this is a powder, and it activates with water, and it measures out 1 scoop. So you put it in your hands, and if you're at home, you run it under the sink, and you rub your hands together, and it turns into a foam. And it kind of acts like an exfoliant. The first thing you're going to notice when you wash your face is it's going to be super smooth. But we're going to teach you guys a trick, okay? And the reason we do this is it makes good selfies too. Okay, so we're going to teach you a trick. So this little bubble pen maker thing, you could just buy it on Amazon or Temu or whatever. If you mix a little bit of water and the powder, and then you can turn it into a foam mask. And once a week, you put it on your face, and maybe sit there for a few minutes. It really is a deep cleansing mask, and it's a game changer for your skin. And then this is when they're like, ooh, this is the fun part, right? That instead of just putting products on, they get to see themselves, and they take pictures, and there's all a reason behind all of this, okay? But if this really works, you have to do this once a week, okay? Now, if you guys have kids who have acne, right? If you have kids who have acne, or like, oily hair, you might, put this on them. This is really going to help to control the oil. Now, does anybody have sensitive skin? Anybody have sensitive skin? You guys are okay? Okay. If you have sensitive skin, just leave it on for maybe like 2 minutes, okay? Or maybe a minute. If you don't have sensitive skin, you're okay. You're okay. So don't rub it in. We're just going to put it on your face. We're going to put it on your face like this. And you're going to just let it sit on your face. Okay? And you're going to start to feel it tingle. It's going to tingle a little bit. Is it tingling? Ooh, that means you have dirty skin. Just kidding. Just kidding. It tingles on me every time too. Okay? It's okay. Just if it's tingling, it's doing its thing. Just eat off the dead skin. Okay. And then let it sit there. Hey, take a selfie. Hashtag Korean Lash Skin Facial. Oh, wow, you look so cute. Always create content, right? So I'm like, oh wow, okay. Oh, you guys look great. This is my favorite cleanser. I've never used anything like this before. So American cleansers, a lot of them, they just don't do a good job of taking off the dead skin. So when you wash your face, it's going to be so smooth. Now, here's the thing. If you're at home and you only have like, a few girlfriends, let them go to the bathroom and wash it off. That washing off, their skin is going to be super soft, okay? When you have too many people, or if you're at a coffee shop, boba shop, restaurant, or what is it? Hotel. Depending on how many people you have, you cannot send 50 people to the sink. So then we prepare wet towels, we could do disposable towels, wet is good, okay? Anything to just help them take it off, all right? So, but if you're at home, it is better if they can wash it. Because they'll come back and be like, oh my gosh, this is so smooth. It's crazy, okay? You'll notice, they always notice. So then, I said, okay everybody, now massage it, massage, and then go to the bathroom and wash it off. And then we wait for everybody. Or, hey guys, we prepared these little wet wipes for you, so if you were at home, you would wash it off. Because we're not here today, just take a tissue and wipe it off, okay? But if you were at home, I wash it off. Now, if you guys, anybody like teenagers, they have body acne or back acne, little foam mask on their chest or on their back, and just let it dry and go to the shower, and it really helps with like acne on the body too. Like give them little tips, you know what I mean? Keep it going and have them engaged, okay? So it's like, okay, oh wow, you look so good, oh my god, does your skin look soft? Isn't it? Wow. Okay, so sometimes if it's an event where everybody can't go to the bathroom, have them take off, like they're doing, take it off, okay? Have them take it off, and then they can use a wet tissue to end up cleaning everything, okay? But even just from this, they are going to see a glow. Our cleansers work so well. Even if somebody doesn't want to use the skincare, there are people who are addicted to our cleansers. Because the dryness, I know Suki is really dry. I don't know, my total, I need water. So what I noticed, what you'll notice is that the ashiness, kind of the dryness of your skin, once you use our products, it's gone. Okay, that is what's going to cause people to keep coming back and buying it over and over again because immediately from 2 steps, their skin already looks good. Korean, double cleansing, everybody double cleanse. Now we're gonna hydrate. So we have two parts to hydrate. We have a two-phase oil mist, okay? We shake this. This has vitamin C in it. This helps to moisturize your face. It keeps you protected all day from the free radicals in the air. You can even put it over your makeup. I like to carry one in my purse. Most people have two. Just carry it around. You can use it all day long. When I'm on my flight over here, I have to spray it. Oh my gosh, it kept me hydrated all day. I love that one. And then we have this thing called the Calming Balance Gel. This is our hyaluronic acid. So it's 8 layers of hyaluronic acid. You guys use hyaluronic acid? I love hyaluronic acid. So, but guess what? Ours is in a rose water base, which is antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory, and ours has 24 karat gold plates.
Come on.
So they're putting it on, but you know what I do? When I walk around, I give it to everybody. I walk around and this one, I put it right here. And I give it to this. Oh, I see the hole. Okay. Because you can see it. Okay. So I walk around and shake them on their hand. And you have to do it. You know, oh, you have to see it. See it. And then rub. You want to rub. You want the gold flakes to melt into your skin. And guess what? Cleopatra used gold to keep herself looking young. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, we're going to be young forever. Okay, now rub. I know it's a little sticky. Hyaluronic acid is sticky in its natural state. Don't worry, this thing is amazing. It's good for eczema, bug bites, sunburns. This is my favorite part. Keep it in the refrigerator. Use it as a mask. It's amazing. Now our next step. This is what the company started with, and we call it Boost Save Boo. I know it's almost Halloween, right? Different kind of boo. This is booster, serum, and then we boost again. Okay, so the company, this is their first product, Boost Save Boo. Remember we talked about the Centella? This is it. Now, everything, what these two do is they hydrate and they lift and they tighten. Okay, remember I said, if you like your saggy gels, don't use this. But if you want your face to lift and tighten, you boost, you put the serum, and then you boost the effects of the serum by boosting again. Now, before, when you use products, you always are like rubbing it in, and sometimes it's sitting on your face. Our products do start to absorb. Today, you guys are using a lot of products for the first time. Your skin might be dry, and it might feel like you have a lot of products. Okay, but I promise you, the more you use it, it's just going to go faster and faster and faster. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. I couldn't do this every morning if it took 15 minutes, but we're going slowly. We have a big group here, okay? So we're going slowly today, but once you start doing it at home, you're going to love looking at your face in the mirror when you wash your face, because this really helps to transform your skin. So the booster tightens, okay, and the booster lifts. The serum helps to tighten. Now, did you guys, everybody boost a boo? Everybody boost a boo? When I get out of the shower, I boo my whole body. Okay? That boo is amazing. So I boo everything. You want everything to lift and tighten from your hair to the back of your ears. You want everything to tighten. Now, after you do that, okay, after you do that, the last step is the cream. But guys, I know we put a lot of boost a boo. So while we let it absorb, we're going to help you guys order the products. Okay? Did you catch that? What did I say? Okay, while we let the Boost Save Boo absorb, I'm going to help you order the products. Right? Order it now. Just kidding. Okay, so do you want to be customer or planner? Customer or planner? Oh my gosh, welcome to the team. This is awesome. Okay, so who invited you? You're gonna sign up using their link. Just do you drop your link? Do you drop your link? Okay, Sumi, you have your link? Okay. Oh, Joanna sent you her link? Perfect. Get that? Okay. But how we train the planners is drop the link before you send them. Because if you have a lot of people, this is where you're gonna start to lose people, okay? This is where people who don't want to do the business start to sneak out. Alright? So you gotta get them, keep them engaged. Now, okay, everybody's good. Okay, we're gonna help you guys order. We're gonna wait for this to absorb. and then you can kind of start. You don't want to leave too much time, okay? Now they're getting antsy. They know it's almost over. They're thinking about where they have to go next. Now, when you guys get makeup, which will come later, okay, that's really fun to do because when their skin is hydrated and you do the makeup, it goes on so well. Okay, it's a game changer. So that's just another thing that will help your business. But for right now, since you have all of this skincare, we start with skincare, you can let them know what's coming, okay? But while they do this, let it absorb. Now we get off their phones and we start to help them order. Okay, so if somebody wanted to be a customer, it doesn't matter. We celebrate the customer. Whatever they choose, it's the best decision for them. Because when they leave happy as a customer, and somebody compliments them or they change their mind at home, they're going to call you and they're going to say, hey, how do I switch to Planner? But if you're like, oh, you want to do Planner? Okay, customer, right? Then they're going to be like, oh, bye. But it's all about how you made them feel. Even if you got every single ingredient, whatever, I didn't even talk about ingredients. Did you see that? Okay? All I talked about was what they could expect. Oh my gosh, it's going to lift and tighten. Your wrinkles are going to be gone. That's what I'm trying to set versus telling them, oh, so this has how many percent of centella in here, and this has this plant, and this has this oil, and this. I don't even bother. All they care about is, oh, is this going to make me look beautiful, right? That's what I want them to expect, and then that's the excitement that you want to share. Now, when they start to order, you kind of help them, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, are you ready? Hold on, let's do the last step, which is the cream. You guys, at nighttime, you can use it kind of as a sleeping mask and put a lot on and go to sleep. Or, you know, if you have some deep wrinkles, you're going to want to put a little dollop there, and it'll really help to get, you know, lessen the deepness of the wrinkle. But during the day, just put a little bit and kind of put it all over, and then you can do the rest of your, if you wear makeup. I don't really like to cover up my skin with foundation, but if you like to, then, you know, after that, you can put your makeup on or use a sunscreen, which we have here. Our sunscreen is amazing. It doesn't even smell or feel like sunscreen. Right? I hated sunscreen before, but ours, it just comes on like lotion. So try it. This is 50 SPF. If it's at nighttime, then we kind of tell them to say, hey, go home. Don't wash your face. Although I was telling them that. They're like excited not to wash their face. We're like, go home. Don't wash your face. Just go to sleep like this, okay? Okay. But if it's a daytime pop-up, you say, okay, guys, here, put on the sunscreen because you're going outside. Put on the sunscreen, and then we'll help you guys continue to order. Now, as you're talking, you can say, hey, be really excited for them. You don't have to share too much about what's going to happen after. That's going to all come in your follow-up. Okay? Now the real work begins. This is when you're like, okay, next. This is when you have to help them fast start. And how do you do that? By helping them recruit somebody. Right? So you help them think about who they know. Hey guys, they're all having fun. They don't look like they're having fun, but they are, right? Okay, so, guys, I'm going to do this again on Saturday. Let's do this again on Saturday. Do you have friends that you can invite? Okay, cool. We're going to do this again, like, let's say 2 o'clock. Just bring as many people as you want, and we'll do it again. Okay? But the difference is next week, since they're my new planners, I'm going to have them share a story. Like what they liked, or their first experience, anything. Like, to keep no pressure, can you just share it? And I don't tell them today, I'll tell them on that day. Hey, before I start, I want you to share just 1 minute, like why or what you like, or your personal transformation, or why you did this, something like that. Now that gets them, you know, engaged, and you can edify them on their friends. And now we just keep this going. You can do this? Yes, it's super simple, right? It's really not difficult, okay? It's not difficult at all. I have to tell you, the best thing you could do is set up your pop-up for this week. I didn't have a team, I didn't know anything, I went to the convention, I didn't wait a week, I waited 3 days! Convention ended on Sunday, I did my pop-up on Wednesday with 30 people at my house. And it was pouring rain outside on a Wednesday night, and they still showed up. Why? Because I was so excited from the convention. I tested everybody Well, you guys have to come over here, come over here, come over here. And 30 people showed up at my house on a stormy Wednesday night. And I didn't oversell it. All I did was say, come over. Oh my God, this is going to be crazy, right? I have something to share with you. And I didn't even have all the products at my house. But we had so much fun. Everybody signed up. And so many people from that pop-up are my team leaders and my directors today. You know? And I didn't wait. And then what did I do? I had another one on the weekend. And another, and another. And from that pop-up date to 2 weeks later was when I became team leader. But I didn't even know that was possible. Right? And it's just creating that momentum and getting it going. And once you do one, you're going to be more confident to do the next one and the next one and the next one. And in the beginning, I didn't have confidence either. You just have to have courage. And that courage eventually becomes confidence. Okay? So you just learn as you go. You learn as you go. And then you just say, yay! So this is another thing we do. When somebody signs up, we go, yay! Welcome! Make them feel so good. They just, it's a big decision, right? And so you just make them feel good, follow up together as a team, help them into, introduce them to your upline, right? And then the system has to start with Greenlawn. One thing, again, I never did this before. All I did was trust Greenlawn's system. And that's why I'm such a firm believer in systems, because all I could do was follow whatever Danny May was putting out there. If he said there was a Zoom on Tuesday, I was on the Zoom. There was a Zoom on Thursday, I was on that Zoom. Super Saturday, I was on that. I didn't want to miss anything, and that's how I learned. And then the pop-ups, we just got better and better and better as we started to do it. And then with your new planners, you let them know to just start. And then don't ever make the mistake of waiting for your upline or somebody else to schedule the pop-up. Okay? You just have to start doing it yourself. Just invite your friends to your house, or you will show up at their house. It doesn't matter. Just start doing them, have fun, and then keep it going. Okay? Was this helpful? I hope so.
Thank you very much. Can we give the Karen Kong another big hand? Senior Director, the lady, and Susie, and Hannah, and 2 beautiful models that start the product. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Isn't that simple? And it's fun. And I know, just like Karen said, today the setup was because we have, a couple hundred of us here in a chair setting, classroom setting.